SP recovery to someone like Chen Alter. What am I doing? I'm gonna tackle it with a... Oh, fudge! Oh my fucking god, I hate this stage. Here comes the hardest stage of Stultifera Navis, which is SN-S-4. The reason why they're considered the hardest stage is because their requirements are really high. You will need some very good branches in order to help you in the stage. If you feel like you're at the point of the game where your account isn't very well built, I suggest holding off from clearing these two stages first. You can come back to the stages again when they're permanently added to Intermezzi, or when the event properly reruns next year. But if you want to take up the challenge and clear it now, I'll show you a low rarity version and then a higher rarity one later on, but I can say it's probably going to be a little hard to execute. It is still an easy guide because it's the easiest strategy I can offer, but I think some people are going to say, holy heck, there's a lot going on, because that's just how the stage is. So anyways, we'll do version A first, and this is the squad that we'll be using. So there's a Chen Alter on skill tree M3. Please borrow from a friend if you don't have her. Then take a standard bearer, 2 Pioneer Vanguards. A tactician is mission critical in this lower rarity strategy. So you would want your tactician to just be E0, doesn't need to be E1 or E2. Higher the level is appreciated, but an E0 tactician will work just fine in this stage. Reason being, we're just using the power of the Date Summon. You'll get what I mean later on. Then take 3 defenders. Higher the defense, higher the HP, the better it'll be. And then take a Gravel, along with a Wandering Medic, kind of mission critical, a multi-target medic, and a Pinecone. Now, Pinecone is being brought into the stage because the defenders that I'm using right now are pretty weak. But if you replace the defenders with strong guards, vanguards, or defenders, you don't need a Pinecone to help you. So you'll see what I mean later on when I do the higher rarity variant. Then you can also negate the use of having a Beanstalk or Black Knight if you use some higher rarity units later on. The modules that I'm going to be using are as follows. There's Healing Effectiveness, Bouncy Bounce, Block Count. Block Count is important to help your tactician, no Nervous Impairment, and then the ASPD module for Caster, Sniper, Medic, and Supporters. Should be simple enough to follow. I feel that the version A strategy is a lot easier to do compared to version B. Version B is hell. So welcome to version A. Start off by placing a standard bearer here first, along with another Pioneer Vanguard and one more. As soon as you have enough DP, place Chen down into the stage. Where would you place her? You'll place her right here. Then feed the defender to the bottom lane. Help your Vanguards by giving them a medic. So you need to place Chen Alter as early as possible in the lower rarity strat in order to turn on her skill whenever it's ready. Then assist your 2 Vanguards over here with the Pinecone. If you're wondering who you can replace Pinecone with, you could potentially replace it with AoE casters or chain casters. If it's not those 2 things, then you might need to consider a really strong marksman sniper. Anyways, put a multi-target medic here as well. As soon as you have enough DP, then replace your Vanguards with a defender. Also feed a tactician. Right over there. Now I can remove Myrtle already, not needed anymore. Now we're gonna use the Date Summon technique in order to handle the Reef Breakers. So as soon as he walks into the tile right in front of Beanstalk, hold him back with one of the summons. I'm using Pinecone skill 2 by the way. Place a Gravel over here to hold on to the Reef Breakers. And then afterwards, you can stop Chen's skill the moment the Reef Breaker is dead. You do need to stop Chen's skill early in order to make sure that you have her skill up in time later on. Use the Bouncy Bounce to attack the Spewer on the top lane. And do it again. Right. Then for this guy at the bottom, you want to hold him back for as much as possible. You can use a Bouncy Bounce, stun him, and then turn on Chen's skill whenever it's ready. Keep holding him back with the operators that you have. You can use a gravel if you need to, but if not, if he manages to die, then it's okay. Keep Chen skill turn on. Then use gravel to handle the top lane. Turn on all your defender skill to help. If any of your defender goes down, it's okay. As long as the top lane is still secure, because the top lane is the one where you still need to hold enemies, since Chen Alta's skill doesn't help there. You can use gravel to kill these spewers. If gravel goes down, just retreat her and then replace her again. Should be easy enough to follow. And after this, I'm going to show you guys how to do this with higher rarity. Alright. I'm so tired of SN-S-4. You don't understand. I hate this stage. Alright, we move on. So, higher rarity variant. This time, there's fewer vanguards and much stronger operators. It's not this stage, sorry, it's this one. Let me just put in my sanity. So, this is squad, and I'm using the very same modules as just now. There is a Lumen in this stage along with Mulberry to heal the sanity damage that goes on. SN-S-4-A, Dreams Untouched. Right, I'll begin by placing a siege here, along with a mountain. And then I'm gonna have a blaze on the bottom lane. Now I don't have to rush to place Chen Alta unlike just now, because the lane holders that I'm using are much stronger than before. So they'll kill the things like the Nourish Founders, not needing any Chen early skill, that sort of thing. Anyways, I'll place Chen here. So for example, these two Founders, Blaze and Siege will be able to kill them. And I'm gonna feed a multi-target medic. So Telopsis is great in this stage because she's able to speed up the SP recovery of someone like Chen, and even the other operators. I'll feed a Lumen over there, along with a Wandering Medic. I have enough DP to place in a Surtur, so Surtur's able to remove the Reef Breakers by herself if you have her at skill 3 M3. So just like that, you can see the magic of Surtur, and then I can remove her from the stage. Okay, I'll hold this guy back with a gravel, reveal him, and I can stop Chen's skill. Now the sanity damage might get to Blaze, but I will help Blaze out with a Lumen in a bit. I'll stun this guy, damage him with the bouncy bounce, and damage again. So if Blaze goes down because of the sanity damage, I can use Lumen's skill 2 to unstun her. You'll see that later on. Anyways, I'll hold this guy back, let's turn on Chen Alta's skill, and then I'll turn on Surtur's skill on the top as well. Alright, there you go. You can remove Surtur already. Leave Chen Alta's skill on. So Blaze will get stunned, but it's okay, I can unstun her with Lumen. I'll use a bouncy bounce on the top, and then attack this guy with a gravel. So just like that, that's how you can clear this stage. With higher rarity units, but it's a pretty similar squad size to the lower rarity version. This is the reason why I say I hate this stage, because even with higher rarity units, you might be using a lot of operators. Well, you can use less with someone like Ling, but that's a cheat code. Anyways, we're gonna move on to SN-S-4-B. Now, SN-S-4-B is when the pain really begins. Let's first change the modules. So we're gonna take range units, gain HP and defense. We will still use the bouncy bounce. Now the operators gaining 1 block wouldn't be a thing that I care about. I'm more concerned about the core, because we have Gnosis as a core in this stage. Half the rate of the Nether Sea Brand spread, because there isn't any Nether Sea Brand spawners in the stage, and then caster, sniper, medic, supporters gaining ASPD. So, we're gonna first do the Gnosis NJ variant, and this is one of the few only times that I'm recommending you to have a full-on 13-man squad. Also, please don't use Mulberry, please use Chestnut instead. I mean, you can use Mulberry if you have her, but I tend to show you guys lower rarity version so that it's easy to replace. So let me just first borrow a Gnosis from my friend. Let's explain the operators. bring a J that is at E1. E1 level 60. Doesn't need to be E2 like mine. It just so happens mine is very built. So do that, and then bring along a Lord that can change the damage type to Arts damage. If you have a Taunts, it'll be a very good replacement. Air's Cut is decent. Lapland is very, very good, obviously because of the silence. Then bring a Standard Bearer along with a Pioneer Vanguard, followed by a Wandering Medic, multi-target medic, 2 casters, doesn't matter what type, although it would be much better if you bring a single target caster, so something like Mech Core or Core Caster. If you have other intentions in mind, go ahead and do as you wish. Try to take a Arts Defender or a very high damage physical defender. So an example of that is someone like Hoshiguma on skill 3. Don't take Mudrock because she can't heal herself unless she's attacking. And Blemishine is also pretty okay. Saria is also a pretty good choice, and Asbestos as well. Then bring another defender who have high defense. Take a Gravel along with a a marksman sniper. Then finally the alternative operator would be a Gnosis on skill 3 M3. Very, very difficult strategy, even though it's an easy guide. Again, it's the easiest that I can offer. Did I tell you guys that I hate this stage? I really hate this stage. SN-S-4-B, which is unfulfilled. Start off by placing a Standard Bearer along with a Pioneer Vanguard, and then bring in a Gnosis. Place a Sniper to help you, facing to the top, just like that.
At your service.
Turn on your Vanguard skill whenever it's ready. Then use Gnosis skill to freeze the 2 dodge enemies on the top and bottom lane. When the first dodge enemy is approaching the bottom lane, place a J in. And then afterwards feed a medic along with a defender over here. Preferably a high attack defender. Now J will be allowed to kill up to 3 dodge enemies before you retreat him so that you can get some DP. Place a defender here. So this is the 3rd dodge enemy that I want him to kill. Wait till he does that. Just a little bit. So once J succeeds at doing that, you can retreat him. Now feed a caster on the top lane. Let me turn on Myrtle's skill. Then use Gravel, hold back the Nether Sea Brand from spreading. Then turn on Gnosis skill when the Reef Breaker is nearby. And turn on Courier as well. I'm gonna retreat Myrtle now and feed a Wandering Medic here. You're gonna notice that Gravel will die, but it's fine if she does. What you're gonna do is place a caster there and also J back into the stage. Cruz has increased defense, so she's not gonna die that easily to the Reef Breaker just yet. Use a bouncy bounce, attack the Reef Breaker along with the other guy, and then use Aireen skill to just remove him. Just like that. Okay, when the Reef Breaker is down and gone, right, retreat your J. Use Gnosis skill and whatever your defender skill is to get rid of the mushroom fast. Notice how this mushroom is walking into Aireen. You can turn on click skill first, and you should retreat Myrtle early enough to do this. So with your Myrtle retreated, you can use her to hold back the Nether Sea Brand for a while. Your Myrtle will die, I guarantee you that, but it's fine if she does. The moment when she dies, what you want to do is replace your Myrtle with a Gravel. Try not to let the Nether Sea Brand spread forward. If it does, then you can try your best to salvage it by putting your operator in front. Turn on Korra's skill, increase her defense. Gravel will die, but it's okay. Turn on Gnosis skill and Haze skill to help. Use a bouncy bounce, attack this guy. And then use a second bouncy bounce again onto him. Place J at the bottom lane to peel off the dodge enemy's dodge. At this point, I need you to do something. Retreat your Cruise, replace it with a Courier sitting right behind, because the enemies are about to phase through your defenders. Okay, this part, right, gets really intense, I guarantee you that. So, what you will want to do is, I'm gonna retreat a caster here, replace it with a gravel to hold the line, turn on Gnosis skill, freeze everybody. And that's pretty much how you can handle it. If your Myrtle somehow comes back in time, place her to so that you can block the mushroom. Remove whatever operators that isn't really contributing at the moment. Oh my goodness, they are dying. I hate this stage. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm not gonna redo it. This is how much I hate SN-S-4-B. I'm gonna show you guys the Lapland version, which is easier to do than the J version. Let's go there. Okay, in the Lapland version, what we're gonna do is we'll replace J with a Lapland, and then afterwards switch your Arene for a Moose. Yeah, then just like that. Same operators, also borrow a Gnosis into the stage. Let's do it. SN-S-4-B. Not the last time, because I still have a high rarity version I want to show you. You start the stage in a similar manner. So place all your operators as you saw just now, followed by putting a cruise, and then place a Lapland at the bottom lane. You can turn on Gnosis skill, give it a freeze, get rid of all the enemies. So the Lapland strategy is a lot easier because you have less pressure when it comes to placing your operators. You can assemble them as you wish. We'll put a defender here now. And it really doesn't matter as to what's your deployment order really, just place them as you want. One of the sweeter things about the Lapland strategy is that you can use gravel to delay the spread a little more. So like right now, I'm gonna put gravel there to hold the spread back. She will die, but it's fine. When she dies, I'm just gonna put a Quora on the top there. Again, use okay, I can retreat Myrtle and Quora now. Use Gnosis skill on the top lane to help. I'm gonna use gravel to delay the spread again. Then let me feed a Wandering Medic here. Gravel will die, but it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna help the bottom lane by feeding a Moose to assist. Use one of the bouncy bounce, get rid of the Reef Breaker. Then you can remove Moose once she's done. Again, do as I told you to do. Delay the spread. So I'm gonna put a gravel here. I'll turn on click skill just to assist a bit there. I'm gonna place Myrtle. Please delay the spread for me, Myrtle. Turn on Quora skill to help. I'm gonna turn on Haze there as well. And I'm gonna turn on Gnosis to freeze the top lane. Use the bouncy bounce to get rid of this guy. Can use another bouncy bounce. Right. And you start placing Courier behind. Oh my goodness, that guy has already phased through. How freaking fast. I'm gonna put a gravel there to hold on to him. I don't even think he is in range of Gnosis right now. That is so cursed. This mushroom is about to... No, you will not kill my Dana. Oh my goodness, you piece of shit. Gnosis, your skill, please, I freaking beg you. I'm gonna hold you. Let's move on to the higher rarity version. the higher rarity version, I'm a lot happier with this one because at least I'm using fewer operators and you all can try to bring other operators that you have in mind that could help you with the stage. The things that I'm bringing are pretty much the same, with the exception that I'm gonna clean the floor a little bit more this time because my operators are stronger at killing the enemies. So, sorry, not this, but we're gonna take Hand of Sink and clean the floor instead. Alright? Let's do this with 6 operators. I'm gonna start off by placing a Texas along with a Gnosis. Once Texas skill is ready, I will blast it. I'll place a Calcit there, along with her monster. Then Gnosis skill is about to be ready. I'm just gonna turn it on. I'm gonna place a Lapland here. I'm gonna turn on Calcit's true damage to get rid of the dodge guy. And Saria is gonna sit right over here. Turning on Texas skill, give me some DP. And just like that. Hey, clean this side of the floor whenever you can. Again, I'm gonna turn on Calcit's true damage to help me in the bottom lane. Okay, cleaning the floor again. This guy is about to approach Saria, so when he gets a little close, I'm just gonna turn on Gnosis skill. Clean the floor one last time, so you're delaying the spread as much as you can. I'm not gonna turn on monster skill just yet. I'm saving it for the Reef Breaker. Right, just about now, I'm gonna turn on monster skill. Okay, looking fine so far. After this, we're gonna blast away the mushroom with Gnosis skill. And then we'll also remove the bottom mushroom with Calcit skill 3. Okay, then for the bottom lane, I'm going to deal with it by turning on monster skill. Let's get Gnosis skill up as well, so that we can kill off all these pesky enemies. I can turn on Texas Stun just to get rid of the dodge enemies a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna turn on Calcit's true damage to assist there. Then now, at this point, there's a little too many enemies. I need to lower the healing pressure. So turning on Gnosis skill to assist as much as possible. And even in a high rarity strat, I am dying. I hate this stage so much. I have zero care that I'm not giving you guys a perfect strategy to follow. Adapt and improvise, guys. Do your best to clear off SN-S-4-B. I hate this stage. I hate it so much. I'm calling this a painful guide rather than an easy guide. See you in my other videos. Bye bye.